Hello, dear students of English 7. It is uh, it is important for you to always get joined to the Zoom meeting of the class because let's remember that Zoom meetings are for clarifying doubts, questions that you might be probably have. Okay, so it is always for me a pleasure to welcome to you to this very particular Zoom meeting of the class. This is your session 7, by the way. Okay, so we are almost in the middle, oh no, we're barely in the middle of the English course. And today we are going to take a look as in every single session we have an introductory video that bring us a general points about what we're going to be working on session 7, okay? The different contents and the different activities. And this session we are going to be focused on unit 5, crossing cultures. Okay, that is the name of the unit and it is number 5. Okay, so we're gonna take a snapshot of the different cultures that we might be having all around the world. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Okay. And here we have different matters, different points when you're moving for the very first time to a whole new foreign country. For example, one of the things that it could happen, one thing is I really miss my mom's cooking. Number two, I be worried about the local food. I might not like it. What about moving to a new country? If you don't like the local food, that will be you will be in big trouble. Okay, getting used to different constant might be difficult at first. That's another matter to take into consideration. My room at home is the thing that I'll miss the most. That is one of the most comfortable places of our home, our room. So it means that you might be probably that you might be probably missing that part of your house. Okay, not knowing the prices of things, it's something I'd be concerned about. Okay, moving to a country with a very different climate could be a challenge for sure. I'd be worried about getting sick and not knowing how to find a good doctor. So those are different matter when it comes to move to a new different foreign country. Okay, so for today we are going to be working on noun phrases containing relative clauses. Okay, and here we have our grammar explanation of the topic, and I want you to explain you. Okay, you might be wondering what are relative clauses. And in simple words, a relative clause is a subordinate clause that modifies a noun or a noun phrase. Example, the man who eats smoking is the murdered. The noun the man is modified by the relative clause who. It's mocking. Relative clauses give essential information to define or identify the person or thing we are talking about. Okay? And here, how to use relative clauses. Cómo utilizar las cláusulas relativas. Okay? They are used to provide extra information. This information can either define something or define clause. Example, the girl who is standing there is a world champion in karate. Or provide unnecessary but interesting information, non-defining clause. Example, Michael Jackson, who was a famous singer, died of an overdose. Okay. Also in here we have relative clause can be introduced by a relative pronoun. And here we have the relative pronouns words such as who, whom, which, that, whose. Example, the man who is standing there is a famous writer. A relative adverb where, why, and when. Example, the restaurant where I have dinner, it's nice. Not one of them. The man I met is extremely healthy. Okay, that is our grammar explanation that we have for noun phrases containing relative clauses. And here, sorry, we have some examples. One thing that will be the relative clauses, the word that, one thing that, and modifies the sentence. One thing that I really miss is my mom's cooking. Something that's another relative clauses that modify the sentence will be something that I've been nervous about is communicating in a new language. Another example, using who or that as a relative clauses word. Two people who I call every week are my parents. Okay? And here we have in vice versa. My mom's cooking is one thing that I really miss. Communicating in a new language is something that I have been nervous about. My parents are two people who I could every week. Okay? For you, and here we have the video interchange related to the book, Unit 5, Crossing Cultures. Okay? We're gonna take a look at it. Okay? Now we're gonna take a look at this video about the academic interchange book 3, and we're gonna take a look at the grammar explanation about the noun phrases containing relative clauses, okay? And here we have a grammar structure to make sentences with noun phrases containing relative clauses. And here we have the one that we are pointing out. Okay, we have subject plus that, which plus subject plus verb, auxiliary plus object plus verb, auxiliary plus complement, and object. Something that I really worry about is the school system. Okay, so and now we're going to be talking about the relative pronouns in English. Relative pronouns are the following words that we have: who, which, whom, and that. And we use them to connect one sentences with the other one and modify the sentences, the main sentences with the other one another to make a connection. For example, we use the word who, subject or object pronoun for people. They caught the lady who killed her baby. Which, subject or object pronoun. I read the book which is on the table. I visited the town which you told me about. Which, referring to a whole sentences. They were unsuccessful, which is disappointing. Hun, used for object pronoun for people, especially in non-restrictive relative clauses. In restrictive relative clauses, use who. The boy whom you told me about got the best grades in mathematics. That, subject or object pronoun for people, animals, and things in restrictive relative clauses. Who or which are also possible. I like the base that is over there, right? And here we're going to have a practice exercise. Add the phrase in brackets to the sentences using a relative clauses. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at it. Let's always remember that we have to try. If you fail in the first try, you're going to have the second chance to improve. Okay, the account was arrested. The account worked for my father's company. So the account that in this case will be that works for my father's company was arrested. The mobile phone can be fixed. The mobile phone is broken. The mobile phone that it's broken can be fixed. That is broken can be fixed. I met a girl. The girl was a doctor. I met the girl that was a doctor. That was a doctor. We call a doctor. The doctor works at a hospital, sorry, in London. Uh, Okay, we call a doctor that works at a hospital in London. Okay, now we are going to submit our answers and we are going to make sure if they are correct or incorrect. Okay, so number one is all of them are correct. Okay, very good job. Also in here we have a exercise that is evaluated. Add the phrase in brackets to the sentences using that or who in a relative clauses. Okay, this exercise goes for 2 points and you're going to add the phrase or the word, the relative clauses word that or who to the sentences. Okay, and now we're gonna be listening about different customs. Okay, and you are gonna take a look at it, and here we have the different customs. For example, in Canada, if you are invited for a meal, you should arrive on time, not early or late. If your friend told you at 12, it must be at 12. Okay, and Indonesia, never point to anything with your foot. Okay, in Thailand, never touch anyone, especially a child, on the head. In Brazil, open any gift in front of the person who gave it to you. And here we have a video, an interesting video about 25 strange customs and traditions around the world. Okay, take a look at it and let's watch the different customs that we have all around the world. Okay, so for example, teeth toothing in Greece. That it's a very interesting custom that we have in Greece. Okay, also we're gonna have another video tutorial, Academy English Interchange 3, Grammar Unit 5. We're gonna be talking about expectations, okay? And we might use expectations be the words such as be supposed and be to. For example, be supposed and be to are form of be followed by immediately by an infinitive. It's to begin express that idea that someone, I, we, they, the teacher, lots of people, my father expects something to happen. Be supposed and be to often express expectations about scheduled events or other procedures. In A and B, the speaker expects the game to begin at 10 because that is the schedule. B2 is stronger, more definite than B supposed, okay? And here we have another grammar explanation about compare B supposed and B2. And here we have our video grammar explanation that provides you general ideas and clear ideas about how to use or how to make sentences related to expectations. Okay, and then in here we have the grammar structure in order to make sentences related to expectations. Okay, and here you're going to have an exercise that is going to be evaluated. Match information in columns A and B to make sentences about customs in the United States and Canada. Okay. And finally, you're going to have a reading culture shock. Okay. And this is the reading. You can take a look at the reading about the culture shock. Okay, so and here we have Kit Kat Lim as a student from Taipei, Taiwan. It's studying in Chicago. The following entries are taken from her blog during her first 3 months in the United States. Okay, guys, so if you don't have a questions, always remember, the more you practice, the better you get. If you have a question, doubt, or suggestion, do not hesitate to contact me through the WhatsApp group. And for all those students who were not able to get joined to the Zoom meeting, let's remember that in the linking part that we have in here, enlaces, okay, we have every single Zoom meeting recorded and uploaded to YouTube. So you're gonna click on it and it will take you directly to the Zoom meeting, to the class that was recorded and uploaded to YouTube, okay? Um, for you to have a recap about the Zoom meeting, in this case, session 7, okay? So if you don't have a question, it was a pleasure for me to have you in this Zoom meeting. Okay, so I cannot wait to get to see you into the next Zoom meeting. Okay, guys? Bye-bye and take care, everybody. Bye.